This is Karikter asked it. You already know Karikter did it. I'm here with Antisocialkenn, an artist with a super unique story. Bro, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, what's up, man? It's Antisocialkenn. Yeah, man. This music stuff, it was really never in the cards for me. It kind of just, fell in my lap. But I've been doing music for a year now. Uh, to me, it's kind of like therapy. You know, as you can see in the background, I'm in a hospital, so that's kind of where I started doing my music. At was in the hospital, uh, just to keep my head in a good space when I'm in here all the time. Because I have sickle cell. So whenever I'm in the hospital, I always make sure I got my microphone and my laptop with me, and just be putting in the work, man. Every day as much as I can. If I'm not in here, resting, sleeping or anything like that, I'm always working just to keep my head straight while I'm in here. Because it be times where I come to the hospital and I'll be in here for a long time. So when I'm in here, I use that time wisely. I just be grinding, man. Like I got so many songs just stacked up. Like I got so many songs from just being in here. I could drop at least three more albums right now with all the songs that I've been stacked up. And I just recently dropped a album while I was in here the last time called Love Hate. So when I'm in here, like I said, just be grinding every day, uh, and
Wow.
just be doing my stuff, man. And also, I don't really any other songs that I did, I've never wrote. Like everything just comes to me. Like I just punch in everything. I never write any of my songs. Everything that I made was all just on the spot, right off the top of the head. Uh, but I am trying to write more a little bit now because I know that sometimes I restore verses, like restore my bars. Like I might say it again in another song, and I try to keep myself from doing that. So I recently started writing a couple days ago. Um, so that way, whenever I drop another album, I can make sure that I kept myself from saying the same thing over and over in some of the newer songs. Like, but before I get to that point, um, I'm gonna just drop all these songs that I got now as like singles because I got so many songs, man. It's like I started a year ago, but I got at least I say almost 200 songs already saved up because I just be going hard at it. And just, I don't know, a lot of people, you know, look up to me and stuff for what I've been going through. And I'm always just in here, I mentor a lot of other kids and stuff. Like they got sickle cell and all of that because I know how it is. I know how it was for me growing up and
Yeah,
having this
bro.
disease and how it was to feel different. So, I kind of do this in the sense to let kids know that you can't do anything you put your mind to, honestly. Like if you feel like you can't do something, you feel like you can't chase your dreams, achieve anything, man, just go for it. That's all I do. And I say with me, I'm a risk taker. I take so many risks throughout, my life with having this, condition or whatever. So uh, that's what I be trying to inspire, teach the youth to, sometimes you got to take risks throughout your life to get where you want to be at.
Bro, you're an
And
incredible
shoot,
person, man. You're incredibly inspiring.
yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's all I be trying to do, man. Like every
Yeah.
time I'm in here, instead of me just sitting here, stressing myself out and dwelling on what's going on with my health, like keep on to keep my mind from being scrambled up all the time. Shoot, I put them headphones on and plug in that mic. I'm in a whole different world. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That like
dope,
when I
bro.
put them headphones on, I'm in a zone. And once I try to keep, you know, I, like I try to. I don't like when people take me out of my zone. Like once I'm in the zone, I'm locked in. I try to get work done like soon as I lock in. Like, cause a lot of people, since I started doing this, I've been getting a lot of attention, like immediately. So a lot of people reach out to me for features and all of that kind of stuff. And whenever they, they pay me for the feature to hop on their song, I try to make sure as soon as I hear it and I set my stuff up, I try to record all my stuff for they, that day and get it finished immediately. So that way, whenever it comes back to them, they ain't gotta. I don't like people holding people up because I know how that feels. Because there've been times where artists will tell me that they want to work with me, and I got a deadline when I'm trying to drop something, and I might have to change the deadline because people holding me up. So I always try to. I don't want to hold nobody up like that because it happened to me. So whenever somebody be like, "Yo, can you hop on this song real quick?" I'll be like, "Yeah, let me." I might not hop on it today, but whenever I do hop on it, I'm gonna finish it that day. I do hop on it. So I
Yeah.
always try to make sure keep everything.
How old are
Business
you?
is business. I'm 23.
23.
I'll be 24 this year. Yeah.
Have you been like consistently hospitalized your whole life?
Uh, pretty much.
So tell me
Growing
about
up.
sickle cell. Like I know a little bit about it, but like for the sake of the interview, tell me about it, the symptoms, what it was like growing up with it.
Okay, yeah. So sickle cell is it's a blood disorder. So like I don't have normal cells like like how an average person, their bloodstream is good and they have full, blood cells. My blood cells is kind of like cut in half, like in the shape of a banana. So that means like my blood, like in my veins and stuff, it can get clogged up. So growing up, it was rough all the way up until I turned 8 years old. They had started this program called pheresis, which is like you get blood transfusions. So that what they would do is take out the old blood in my body and put new units of blood in me just to keep me, on the healthy side. So yeah, it was pretty rough growing up, you know. But shoot, I got through it. I'm still here. Cause I know people, that had this and stuff. Like I've heard stories about people that had this and they didn't make it to where I am now. Like they didn't, because it sometimes it can shorten your lifespan. And a lot of people before they had treatments and stuff for it didn't make it past their 20s. So it's a blessing that I'm still here. You
Does it
know,
have like? Do you feel tired? Do you feel like? Does it have physical effects to where it hurts
oh
or
yeah,
anything?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Most definitely. I always feel tired. Uh, with the because I'm getting pumped with constant medication when I'm in the hospital. So I feel tired, and then whenever I'm feeling bad, it's sickle cell. You have a lot of pain crisis. It's kind of like arthritis, but your whole body. So I feel weak
Damn.
sometimes, and just my body will constantly be aching uh, throughout my days or whatever. So I try to take like medicine for it because I hate coming to the hospital. So I always call the doctor and be like, hey, is there anything else that I can do to avoid coming to the hospital or anything? Because and I do my own research. What I do consistently is I always try to make sure I stay active. I love working out, so I try to, you know, continue doing that. Drinking plenty of water. You gotta stay hydrated with sickle cell, and just and stay away from cold environments. Like like in the wintertime, it'd be tearing me up real bad,
Mm.
because it'll be cold here. So that's why I usually try to be back home in LA whenever it starts to get cold here in Kentucky. Because a majority of my family is in Kentucky now. So whenever I come and visit them. If it's too cold, I stay up, for a short period of time and then go back home. Uh, Other than that, man, like everything else, I just kind of go with the flow. And cold water, I can't. Like if I get in a swimming pool or something out in the ocean, it can't be like too cold because if
Mm.
it's if it's real cold, it'll throw my body in a shock,
Oh,
and I'll start aching real bad. So I
damn.
usually try to make sure before I get in any type of body of water, I always try to make sure it's not too cold, like ice cold or anything like that. Because of that, I can immediately just go in a shock,
It's
and I
amazing.
know as
That's
soon as I
crazy.
get, yeah, man, like as soon as I step in that body of water, and if it's real cold, I'm straight to the hospital. I can't even enjoy myself. So I usually try to check everything beforehand. And I got allergies here in Kentucky too. Like that's another thing that bothers my sickle cell. Uh, just having allergies. It's a lot, man. With sickle cell, your immune system is like real low. You can get sick easily just by the smallest thing. Like you can catch a cold, and me having a cold can affect me different than just a normal average person. Like if I get a cold and I start coughing and sneezing and all that kind of stuff real bad, if I sneeze the wrong way, I'm straight to the hospital because I can sneeze and it can affect my whole body. My whole body will start hurting because like sometimes if you sneeze too hard, you can feel it like in your chest or something. Sometimes, so if I do that, I'm straight to the hospital. So
Damn.
yeah, with sickle cell, that's another thing you gotta avoid is making sure you don't have chest pains. All of that. You gotta make sure you keep your clinic, the doctors, whoever you see, and you gotta make sure you keep them updated with everything. But yeah, man, it can get rough sometimes, but
I'd imagine.
I try to keep my head on the positive side,
So
and
you
not let it bother me.
you've been in and out of the hospital your whole life, and spent long stints there. But you just started making music a year ago,
Yeah,
and you make it in the hospital. I have so many questions about that. First of all,
yeah,
what made you begin in the first place? And then they just let you bring a microphone and a laptop and make music while you're in a hospital bed? Like they just let you do that?
yeah, man. Okay, so how I started coming about doing music, like I said, it was never really in the cards for me. Like it started, I was just playing video games with my homies or whatever, playing video games where we would like role play like we would play Grand Theft Auto, GTA 5, and make like YouTube videos and stuff based off like whatever we was role playing. Like we would play as like gangs or
That's cool.
just be a celebrity
That's
and
really cool.
all that kind of stuff. And one day we had just ended up doing like like some type of rap battle or whatever. And it was me and my little brother versus two of our friends or whatever. And so that's kind of how that came about. We all just freestyling and stuff. And I went so hard in my verses and stuff. Like every time we would do it, they would be like, "Hey man, you should do this for real." And I'm like, "Nah, I can't see myself taking it serious. I'm too goofy." But last year, I started doing that. Like it kind of just like I said, it just fell in my lap. I started doing it last year, and as we got older, everybody went their separate ways. Like all of us is just now reconnecting. Um, and they see me doing music now, and they still think it's crazy. I even think it's crazy myself because, like I said, I never seen myself doing this, but hey, I'm doing it. I got my little fan base. Everybody like whenever I drop or whatever, all the stuff that I've been dropping because I'm versatile, and I try to make sure. I always love trying something different, so I try to make music in each category, and I love it, man. It's different. And then
So
as far as like when I come here and record, with the microphone and stuff. So whenever I know I'm gonna be in the hospital, I always take my backpack with me. So my laptop would be in there, and my microphone with the I got a pop filter, but it's like a dome to block out the noise and all of that. So whenever I record and it's in this little dome, my microphone's in this dome. It don't pick up none of the sound around me in the room or out in the hallway because being in a hospital, it can get noisy sometimes. Other patients going through stuff, screaming and all of that kind of stuff. That's kind of why I normally do music in here because just being in here hearing that all day long consistently, I can't take it. So when I put them earphones on uh, and put that microphone in the dome filter or whatever, I'm locked in. And I've had nurses come in here and see me recording and stuff, and they don't have a problem with it either. As long as I'm, not going crazy in here. They be like, hey man, just do what you gotta do to keep your head straight while you in here, because how much I be in here. So they don't really normally have a problem with it. And shoot, whenever I come in here and they see me doing that, a lot of these people in here love listening to my music.
Hell
So
yeah,
every
bro.
time I'm in here, they'll come in here and have a conversation with me and be like, "Yo, did you make any new music? You got anything new coming out? I've been waiting for it because
Bro, that's
a lot of
amazing.
the nation the nurses in here are like close to my age, so I build relationships with each individual person that have me as a patient, and they always asking what I got coming out new and all of that. And they might even recommend some local spots to go perform at. But like, they'll be like, hey, I seen this place you can go perform at, you should check it out. So yeah, it don't really bother them, and I'm not too loud or anything, because they used to hearing screaming and all that kind of stuff all day long anyway.
Yeah, I guess if
And
someone's making music, it's like it's a pleasant break for them.
yeah, so as long as I ain't bothering nobody, they don't care.
Tell me
So
about your
they
achievements.
enjoy it.
Tell me about your achievements
Uh,
in music so far.
Shoot, man. My achievements for real is just I like seeing the joy on people's face whenever they hear my music. I like I like the feedback I get from it, and I always try to listen to my fan base. With what sounds they like. So I feel like whenever I drop something and they critique my stuff and they be like, "Hey, yo, this is fire. You need to drop more songs like this or whatever." That I feel like I achieve something whenever they reach out to me.
Absolutely.
They comment on my stuff because on my last album, I made like a Jersey song, like for TikTokers to do their little dance to or whatever. And when I when I dropped that song went crazy, man. Like I wasn't expecting it to blow up as much as it did. Or
Like how
seeing
many what?
people
How many
post
views did
it,
it get?
they got at least 200. From for me to try something new. You know, a lot of people seem to like it, and it was like a trending sound on TikTok in my area or whatever.
No shit.
So
That's awesome, bro.
that's why, yeah, and it was trending here before I even, like I just posted a snippet and I didn't finish it yet. So I did, part of the song, posted a snippet and see what people thought about it before I went back and recorded the whole thing. And everybody he was like, "Yo, when's this dropping? I can make a dance to this." And yeah, I enjoyed it, man. Like I like I like when I'm out in public, just riding around and hearing my songs playing in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people know who Antisocial Ken is here. So if I'm riding somewhere and I hear my like just how my tempo and my beat is, I'd be like, "Oh, they listening to me," and it'd be crazy, man. Like it's I feel like I achieved a lot with, this music stuff. So, like I said, it wasn't never something I wanted to do, but now I enjoy doing it, and I'm gonna keep going. Like
That's
I'm just
bro.
having fun with
That's
it, man.
amazing. That's a good sign. If that many
Yeah,
people are fucking with it, if it's like you're you got a local fan base. That is a huge step.
yeah, man. I'm just having fun with it, honestly. It just, I don't know. I be trying all kind of new stuff with it, man. It's just fun to know that whenever somebody listen to my music, it put a smile on their face.
No, for
You
sure,
know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like
Do
I
you
achieved
talk
a lot.
about sickle cell in your music?
Uh, yeah, I do. I do. I got a couple songs where I mentioned Sickle Cell before, and I've actually got a song called Sickle Cell. That I made, and I recorded that song in the hospital. Just because, like, stuff that I be having to deal with when I'm in here with some of these doctors and stuff not listening, and I felt like they wasn't hearing me or whatever. So, you know, I made this song to just really express how I felt, because they wasn't, if they're not listening to what I'm saying. So I was like, okay, somebody got to hear this. Or, it was like, in a way, it was like me talking to myself whenever I made this song, you know, because it can be hard sometimes, like trying to explain it to the doctors in here and all of that, and they think they know what you're really going through, but they're not in your shoes. So that's why I ended up making that song called Sickle Cell, and that was like when I very first started doing music, like when I was a couple months in, and before I got my microphone and stuff. So I most definitely got a updated version of that coming out. Now that I'm actually good at it. The new song is called "Fight My Battles." Because I'm going through this constantly or whatever, and I'm constantly fighting to get through this situation with my health or whatever. So I made another song called "Fight My Battles," which is kind of like talking about sickle cell again, but how I'm getting through it and everything. How I'm just overcoming it, and not so much as like in my head about the situation. So yeah, I'm ready to drop that one too. So that'll most definitely be out before I drop my next album or whatever, because that song just finished,
Hell yeah.
and I want people to hear that one for sure. Because a lot of people tell me uh, when they listen to my sickle cell song, a lot of people told me that they cried before just listening to it. So yeah, I want to see this next one, what type of effect it have on people. You know, I know it can get emotional sometimes. Like for the people that actually know me, like family and stuff that's close to me, and they hear me talking about that kind of stuff, I know it can, get emotional for them. So I want to see what it's gonna do whenever I drop "Fight My Battles," because it's pretty much just saying how I'm getting through it and staying strong. Pretty much that's all the next one is.
That's
Cause
awesome, bro.
hey, it be rough, but hey, I'm
I
still
can't
still going.
imagine. I cannot imagine what you go through for real.
Yeah.
What does success in life look like to you?
Uh, true. Success in life for me, I feel like success for me is just a I want to leave my mark. You know what I'm saying? Like just leave like something behind whenever it's, that expiration date comes for me or whatever. I want to leave something behind, and especially for my siblings, know what I did for them. So that's why I go so hard at what I'm doing now. So I'm just trying to, I don't know, voice be a voice for the other people that's going through what I'm going through. So that for me it would be successful
Did you say
if
you
I
have
could.
kids?
No, I'm not
Oh,
like my
okay.
siblings. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm a mentor for other kids and stuff that have sickle cell. So just being a voice for them and knowing that, me doing this can get to the right people, I feel like that would be success for me. You know, if somebody, could hear what I'm talking about and dig deeper into this and actually like if I can't help these kids out, hopefully somebody come across my music, and actually try to do something to help these kids because once they get into the adult world, I feel bad because I know how it is for me in the adult world having sickle cell. Like you don't really get as much care as you do when you're a kid. So
No, for sure.
I'm just trying to, you know, make it easier for them whenever they get to this point. Because
So
whenever I go talk to the kids, they be telling me that they scared and all of that kind of stuff, and I just be trying to teach them, it's okay to be scared, but it's not gonna be like this forever.
so you just go like to another floor in the hospital and talk to kids, or
Yes, yeah,
and you
it's
just do
like
that. That's your decision to do that. You do that by yourself.
no, no, no. Okay, so what? No, I have to do this. Like, I mean, in a way, I don't have to, but yeah,
It's you're not part of a program.
the yeah, 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 yeah. I don't get paid for this or
Wow.
anything. So the doctor I had as a kid growing up, I still, I'm still connected with him, and he just asked me, and he'll be like, "Yo, are you willing to come and talk to these kids? They need some guidance on, with this situation. Just kind of tell them what you went through, and just tell them it's gonna be all right and all that." So, yeah, and I have no problem with that. Like, I love talking to the youth, you know,
Respect,
the
bro.
kids and stuff all the time, just to keep their spirits up all the time. Like I do the same thing with my nieces and nephews, and my siblings and stuff all the time, just to keep them from being worried and all of that type of stuff all the time. Because that's just you don't want that extra weight on yourself, especially as a kid. I always try to tell them, stay a kid while you can. Because once you get older, it starts to get difficult and all of that. Like, I know some people with sickle cell that's my age, it, some of them is worse than mine to where they can't even, like work a job or even move on their own and stuff like that. So, uh, that's why I be trying to talk to these kids and motivate them and just try to get them through their days, man. Because I already know how it can be sometimes.
That's
And
amazing, bro. That's
just
amazing
seeing
of you.
seeing them kids go through what they go through already, I hate seeing kids cry. It I hate it. Whenever I see a kid cry, I feel like whenever a kid cry around me, I do whatever I can to, cheer them up. I spoil them or anything. I'd be like, you want me to buy you some or get some ice cream or just to put a smile on their face because I don't know, seeing a child cry, it gets emotional for me.
For sure. So, there's you've told us so much about yourself, but tell me something like super unique about yourself, something most people don't know. Like you said, you had never saw yourself doing music. So, what did you still see yourself doing before you started music?
Okay, this is before I started doing music. I got many talents, man. Before I started this music stuff, I was actually modeling and stuff like that, and like local agencies here. And then, I did that for a couple years, and then it's like each year I do something different. So I did modeling for a couple years, and then I was like, okay, I want to try something new. So then I started making clothes because of my old girlfriend. She used to make clothes, and she had got me into doing that. So I got this sewing machine and started making clothes and all of that. And I did that for a little while, and then I'm a big sneakerhead. So after I did the clothes, I went to restoring shoes and customizing shoes. Like I got all kind of
Bro, you're
shoe
23. How
paint.
have you done all this already?
Hey man, I just going through high school and doing all of this type of stuff. Like, we're having, like I said, again, we're having sickle cell. It'd be rough trying to work sometimes. So I turned everything, all my talents into hobbies and made money off my hobbies pretty much. So
Respect.
just I had to keep myself occupied some type of way. So, restoring shoes, customizing them, painting them. People would always be like, "Yo, can you bring my shoes back to life?" And all of that kind of stuff. So I got all the stuff for that. Um, and then I used to draw a lot. Also, I'm most definitely big on the art scene. I used to draw and paint and all kind of stuff. Like,
Damn.
uh, you see, I got a lot of tattoos and all of that kind of stuff. So most of my tattoos, if I didn't draw them, I came up with the idea and explained it to my tattoo artist. Uh, I just dang, it's so many talents, man, that I can't even think all of them. But yeah, I've most definitely had a hand in everything pretty much.
Hell yeah.
Out of all my because all of these talents came from at least somebody in my family. Like I've been around each and every person in my family, and they might do something different, and I just kind of picked up on it. You know, um, and I just been jumping back and forth between all of these throughout the years. I would like to get it to a point to where I can at least do two of them at a time. Right now, I'm most definitely trying to stick with the music scene, seeing the feedback and stuff that I'm getting from that. So I most definitely try to, once I get to where I want to be at with this, I most definitely try to go back to some of these
Yeah,
other
bring those ones
hobbies and
back in.
bring it
Yeah,
in.
that's cool.
Yeah. So that's what I do pretty much to kill my time and stay consistent with everything, just to keep myself occupied.
Man, respect to it though. You don't let anything hold you back, and you don't stop, bro. Respect.
Yeah, I got to keep going, man.
Is there anything else that I didn't ask you that I didn't know to ask you, or is there anything else that you got coming out you want to talk about that you haven't talked about yet?
Um, not really. I mean, most definitely look forward to new music. I most definitely will be doing that. And that's another thing. Speaking of music, I used to do photography and stuff also. Yeah, so but I'm looking for videographers and stuff to shoot music videos for me. But yeah, most definitely this year I'm most definitely trying to, get more into this music scene and just have fun with it, man. It's just very very therapeutic for me, but I enjoy doing it. And I love the fact that for me it's just therapy, but it's entertaining everybody else. They love it. So I ain't stopping, man. I'm gonna keep going because it's amazing for me to see all the feedback that I'm getting from this. I really enjoy it, and I love my support that I get from my fans and my family. You know, so I'm gonna keep doing this and make sure that they stay inspired and all of that and motivated whenever they look at me and just looking at me and know what I go through and see what I'm doing now. I just want to keep everybody motivated and inspired to do whatever and chase their dreams, man. Because anything is possible if you put your mind to it.
Bro, once your story gets out there, once people hear your story, you're gonna bring nothing but inspiration. I promise you that. You are an example of a person who just doesn't let anything hold you back, and you have succeeded in areas with something working against you in in ways that people have not been able to with everything going for them.
I just want to make sure that everybody chase their dreams because you can really do anything you put your mind to. Like I said, that's kind of what I been doing. You know, anything's possible. All you gotta do is just go for it. Stay consistent, motivated, all of that, man. And promise you, doing all of this, the outcome will be worth it. You know, I've started from I've started from nothing, and to get to where I'm at now with doing this music and just all of these other talents and stuff, man. I say it had a big impact on my life, you know, and I've gotten way more support. So yeah, man, just keep going, stay motivated, consistent, all of that.
Facts.
And I promise you, the outcome will most definitely be worth it. I love this, man. I just do it for fun, but seeing everybody happy and joyous whenever I do this, it makes me happy, you know. So I'm gonna most definitely keep going, always. I ain't never stopping. I don't give up. Hope, nothing. Always have faith in yourself, also. But yeah, man, you can achieve great things whenever you put your mind to it.
Damn right. Damn right. Unless there's anything else you got to say.
Nah, man. You know, this is the antisocial Ken, man. You know, stay motivated, consistent. You know, chase your dreams. Anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. You got to keep thriving, man. That's all. You know, just achieve all your goals. Set goals and accomplish them, achieve them. Whatever you can do, man, to get where you want to be at. Chase all your dreams, man. That's all I got to say.
Beautifully said. This has been
Yeah,
characterized with Antisocialkenn, living proof that you can do anything that you put your mind to. See you
yeah,
next
man.
time.